Dr. Umar recently was asking for some money online, and the way he asked for it was in a way that the phrase he used was just not good. I'm gonna let the video play, and then we'll go into the discussion. Let's see, is this the right damn button? Yeah, that's it right here.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're bad, bro.
Where the goddamn? I mean, I swear I hate TikTok.
It's in the lower right corner.
He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message, homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars.
When the last time you used the term a couple of dollars, bro?
It's been a while, nigga. No shit costs a couple of dollars.
I'm be honest, nigga. I have never used the term. I ain't never said, let me hold a couple, outside of a joke. But as far as serious, like you said, it's nothing, it's no time really a couple of dollars could really have assisted me. In
you know the only thing that a couple of dollars can buy?
What's that?
A membership to the stream.
That's right. Okay. Well, we in the membership right now, but if you want to be able to see and join this live and also be able to call in, you know what? We gonna practice the call-in show in a second, y'all. I'm gonna test that out, see how it work and shit. But I also removed the ad button and shit while I was trying to fix this and shit. I'm gonna get it. That's why it's still in practice mode and shit. But that, man, you be coming with them alleys, bro, man. That's the type of teammate y'all need in this. God damn it. But yeah, the couple of dollars, he let his homeboy borrow a couple of dollars initially. Okay. And how long is this? This is about 7 minutes. I'ma just let it play.
I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. Only to discover that I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due?
Did you already catch the first crack, Eli?
Well, first he said he called the bank, and then he had to put his number in. They can't find it. Then he said he called the bank again. Then he bought the Marcus Garvey.
They told him that his accounts didn't exist. The bank that he been with since a teenager, his accounts did not exist. Unless I missed something, did he say he put in the wrong number and called back?
No,
because it went from they did not exist to now they are investigating fraud. But let's continue. And they frozen. So they went from not existing to being frozen.
Damn, this man is. God damn.
And they being investigated. But let's continue.
Due to suspicion of any fraud on my part. I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account in the FDMG. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account in the FDMG account.
Now, have you ever had your account hacked or something before? Like you left your card in the damn thing or something like that?
Yep.
All the people I know that's done happen to, because I ain't had credit card numbers get, once or twice. I see a whole bunch of shit run up, you call, but I've never heard them say, hey, we just want you to know that you are not.
Never.
I don't think you did it. Hell, nigga, I had one card call me and was like, yo, you doing all this shit? And I was like, no. They was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we didn't think you was. And shut the shit down. So for him to add that in there before he even finishes the story.
This nigga lying, bro.
It's giving cracky, but let's continue.
I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account. Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th, that's when Medea went public. That's when Medea went public. Everybody knows who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public.
Now, do you know who Medea is?
Is that one of his wives that he was talking about?
It actually, and I'm glad you remind me of that. I forgot this nigga apparently married two months. Because this rabbit hole that this is associated with, nigga, is about, god damn, man. We might, since everybody probably invested, I'm gonna ride out with it. But when we go finish it, like when you find out all the other shit, it's gonna be crazy. This is who he is referring to as Medea. Dr. Umar X response. Now, you remember when he said somebody was smelling like fish?
Yeah.
That's who he's talking about.
All right, y'all. We got to get into this Dr. Umar.
That's the one he talking about and shit. And this is her right here. I hope this guy ain't talking over it. But let's see.
Nigga, be very quick. I'm going to be quicker.
All right, let's get into some more.
So that's her. Okay. That's her. Then he go refer to somebody as Professor Bussy. Okay. I gotta find Professor Bussy's account, but I'll show you who he's talking about.
July the 10th, that's when I left for South.
Professor Bussy is wild, man.
July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public and I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. Right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. If you want to make a donation to the school, hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account.
Now, Briss, does it make sense that the actual school's account is frozen? Then his personal account is frozen, so he wants you to send the money to a goddamn PayPal, which, unless you got a PayPal card with them, you still gotta find a way to move that money around in there. But you send it to a nigga whose bank accounts are compromised. Why, if you cared about the people donating to you and it was you really gave about your flock or whatever, would you ask them to send you some goddamn money when you are clearly being attacked fraudulently from outside forces? Because they can hack your PayPal too, bro. But we're gonna get to all of that and shit, especially at Frozen.
And this, man, I hate that I gotta bounce from this getting good and shit, but I gotta jump on another meeting real quick.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. I'll be on here.
Peace.
All right, y'all. So we go hear him out, and then we go get into some stuff that I did not even know about this my damn self. Okay, like I found out some shit because I ain't, I didn't never pay no attention to this month. He calls himself Dr. Umar and shit. Okay, it didn't make sense. Y'all already seen a video where we investigated the school, but I found out some shit watching some other content creators about like this nigga's living conditions and things of that nature. So here we go. We about to come over here. There we go. That'll work. Wait, that might be too big. There we go. This looks more comfortable. All right, here we go.
Account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen.
Now, aside from a few dollars sounding very crackheadery, did you hear what else he said? So I can take care of my mother, whatever her name is. He is talking about his actual mother. I found out this. I think he still stay with his mom. This story is about to delve into homelessness, unkemptness, and maybe, just maybe, drug doingness. All right, from people I've been watching over the last 24 hours. I ain't even know it was a big ass hate Dr. Umar shit. Like how we be shitting on Drake and shit. I ain't even know it was a whole plethora of channels that's been shitting on this nigga for years. I mean, it was obvious the motherfucker was a scammer and shit just from how fast he be talking and selling jokes and saying women smell like fish, but you supposed to be this upstanding gentleman shit. It just didn't coincide. But also, just for y'all to know, I believe this is who he's talking about when he is referring to Pastor Bussy, I believe. Okay. And we'll delve into him as well, super pause, as the story continues.
Or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/UMARTHEPSYCHOLOGIST, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons.
That's literally asking for people for money. It don't matter where you putting the money. You've been asking for money since damn 2011. At least to my recollection. Asking for donations is asking for money. That's literally the definition of asking for a donation is asking for money. Let's continue.
I have 2 daughters, so the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve.
Hit a pookie in a
right now, I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved. If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay. Two homies.
So I found one video, and let's see. So this the Dr. Bussy dude he was talking about, right? And there's several other people that they be talking about that talks about him. I found this video, and let's see. Hold on. I want to say I found another one. And this guy, Leon Under, here are all of the statements that he has about Dr. Umar's living conditions as of the last few years.
In 2019, and he accidentally flipped the phone, right? He flipped his phone while he was live streaming, to be more precise. He was live streaming at the time, and he flips the phone.
FDMGresumes@gmail.com. FDMGresumes@gmail.com. FDMG resumes.
So this was his house, or his mama's house, in this footage. And it's very unkempt.
Okay, you guys see this? Okay, this is Umar's apartment. He had his own place back then in 2019. This is prior to him getting evicted. He had been staying here since at least 2010. And the reason why I know this is because the research shows this. Let me show you. Let me do a quick screen share. So this is from 2010. Let me zoom in so you guys can see the date. If you look right here, see where my cursor is at? Date filed. This is December 15, 2010. He was already having financial issues. And again, this coincides with, around the time where he stops working as a school psychologist and he starts full time as a speaker, I guess you can say. So the money wasn't coming in like it was coming in before. So what I can say conclusively that Umar, he stayed at this residence from at least, I would say in 2010 up until 2019. Okay. The total rent was $500. Attorney fees were $250. Subtotal was $750. Court costs, et cetera. The total due was $830. I mean, he couldn't come up with $500 at that time. He ends up resolving that. Okay, so he stays at that residence for another roughly 8.5 years. Okay, we'll just say 9. Okay, just to make it easy. Now I want to go to 2019 with the eviction that he got in 2019. Okay, Umar Abdullah Johnson. Okay, this was filed September 10th of 2019. And if we scroll down here, we'll see the rent. Okay, so $19.53. I guess that was a balance that was due. And then August, he didn't, because I was reading this backwards. He didn't pay for August. And then we get to September, he didn't pay. And then the date filed for this complaint was September 10th, 2019.
So this dude got all these receipts of him not having no place to, he ain't been paying rent. Like, where has this money been going? And he goes into details about the money and stuff, but I wanted to bring up another video about the recent stuff about the bank freezing and stuff. But this is another picture of I guess this was his mom's house.
2019, where Umar flips his phone and shows his living condition.
No, this is the same picture.
As a hoarder. I've shown you the eviction notice that Umar, really this is the landlord-tenant complaint, but ultimately Umar did not resolve this and he gets evicted. This is 2019. And then if you guys look at the video evidence, the forensics as it were, dealing with video evidence, and I've already archived all this and I can actually pull this up. If you guys look at what happens is after a certain date, you don't see him live streaming here anymore. And then you start seeing him live streaming more and more inside of hotels and motels. I can pull up evidence of this too to prove my case. You see him live streaming more and more at hotels and motels because he doesn't have his own residence. You see him live streaming inside of his rental car more and more. You see him live streaming out.
Also, Nike headbands. That is. That's crack. Let me change this. That's not even Sherm right there. That's crack right there. Headbands, Nike headbands. Wow. That's for people that work out and do running.
In front of these abandoned buildings more and more.
Keep the trash off the ground. You know what I mean? He gonna
look at his hair at this point. And I'm gonna be very honest with y'all, and you can ask Briss. A long time ago, I was like, this nigga be in the cheapest of hotels. He don't never even be in nice hotels. He always looked like he was in like a goddamn Motel 6 or Motel 6 adjacent. What, Red Roof Inn? Red Roof Inn is still a thing. He always looked like he was in there for a very long time. I was like, yo, this dude buying prostitutes. That was, and I'm not even joking with y'all, that was my first thought process like years ago before I even put drugs into the mix. Because this dude and watching all these other people are the ones that put drugs in the mix. And it kind of makes sense because I never really sat and watched copious amounts of Dr. Umar. I really only saw like clips where he was saying goofy shit or he was on the Breakfast Club. But check this out. But this is the evidence of him just not having a stable place to live.
to do that. So we got a little
that right there.
You know what I mean? He gonna do that.
That's a druggy sniff. I'm sorry. That's actually that's a wino sniff, but it's one of the two. But that thought process, this whole face right here, it's just, and the way he's showing all this shit, I'm like, wow, this is exactly how that who would fix people brakes in front of the goddamn AutoZone would always segue into another conversation with that type of.
So we got a little contract going. Keep the money in the hood. You know what I mean? Keeping the money in the hood. Make sure y'all keep them donations going. We need them donations. Cash.me/$FDMG school.
You don't see him inside of his residence anymore. And then at a certain point, you see Umar live streaming. It's his mother's residence.
And while we struggle to get the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy up and running, and we're only going to be able to get the small school up because we don't have enough money to get the big school up, we got Negroes who are trying to sabotage.
Speaking of farming, I need some black farmers to get at me. You must know your trade because I'm looking at farmland in Delaware. We need an acre or two for our school farm. We need an acre or two for our school farm. We're going to have crops and animals, cows, horses, chickens, turkeys. We might even do some pigs, black pigs, black pigs. We're going to have black pigs.
This meth. He acts as if he does all the drugs in different videos. Every video it gives of a different drug. This is definitely methamphetamine activities right here. And or cocaine. Or cocaine.
Speaking of farming, I need some black farmers to get at me. You must know your trade because I'm looking at farmland in Delaware. We need an acre or two for our school farm. We need an acre or two for our school farm. We're going to have crops and animals, cows, horses, chickens, turkeys. We might even do some pigs, black pigs, black pigs. We're going to have black pigs. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Quaker Grits is $20 million a year off black folks. Quaker Grits. Can I have your grit money for 1 year? Give me your grit money for 1 year and I will build 10 schools.
I agree with you, Poison Ivy. This is all crack. But this is, I believe it's whatever he can get his hands on. But yes, this is giving classic 1987 cracky tail attributes.
Across this country. If you don't stay in shape, the blood is not going to get to where it needs to get so your Shango stick can form so you can satisfy your woman. She don't want a Twinkie. She don't want no Twizzler. She don't want no soft ass candy. She needs a rock. Because see, As much as our sisters want to be intimate, our sisters want to be held, our sisters want to be loved, they want affection, they want to be caressed, they want to be massaged, and all that's okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But guess what? One thing for certain and two things for sure. Sometimes your wife gonna come home frustrated and she had a bad day and the things just didn't go right and she ain't gonna wanna be caressed and she ain't gonna wanna be massaged and she ain't gonna want a forehead kiss. She gonna want her cookies crushed. Every once in a while, your queen is gonna want her cookies crushed. And when your queen needs you to crush those cookies, you have to be able to meet the demand.
You want people to send their special needs sons to your school, giving this type of advice and shit, talking about crushing cookies. Word. Let's continue.
But don't you ever once think that I belong to that ass. You messed up, fat girl.
Sorry about that. There's a bit of struggle. We're back.
Girl, I saw you 5 times. When did we have sex? I saw you 5 times in my life, all public. All public. When were we intimate? When were we ever behind a closed door? Did we go into the bathroom together? Did we meet at a park? Were we ever in the same car? You told sisters we had sex. I never touched your fat ass. You ain't my type. You ain't my type, sweetheart. Your ass is flatter than a Negropean. Excuse me. Your ass is flatter than a European, flatter than a snow bunny. Your ass is flatter than an omelet on Sunday morning. Your ass is flatter than a street freshly paved on a Monday morning. You is not my type. You are not 5'5" thick in the thighs. I'm going to tear your ass a new one when that interview drops. You 7 months pregnant during an interview with Tasha K about Dr. Umar with your Neanderthal booty, your smashed in booty. You think I want to look at that? Do you really think I want to bend that over? But I would probably put him on a 3-year contract. You know?
Yes, LL Biddy. Thank you for that super chat. He has definitely been on some Tyrone Biggins activity for a while. He is tripping and grifting, and it's been obvious since day one. Now they show more rents and shit, right? But then I saw yesterday, I don't know if y'all watch Pocket Watching with JT, but he went in and actually found some court documents, I believe. So some public documents, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we can get to those. Let's check this out.
Have any money in my pocket because my account is frozen. If you could send a few dollars to Dr. Umar for Apple Pay or PayPal, I would greatly appreciate it. Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never. Enjoy your weekend. Leo season forever. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
All right, Pocket Watchers, that is what the good doctor has to say about the situation. He is claiming that both his personal and business bank accounts are frozen, and it is because of his very many haters. Now it's time for the Pocket Watcher conspiracy theory. This is where I use my education and experience as a real financial advisor to come up with an alternative explanation as to why Dr. Umar is where he is today. All right, so now let's go pocket watching. Here we go. I have every single tax return this man and his organization has filed with the IRS. I have the 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and the most recent 2024 tax returns.
Yowzers. That's crazy. Didn't know you could do that. Learned that today. That you go get folks stuff. I thought it was for only publicly traded places and shit. Anyway,
according to each and every tax return for the past 5 years, his organization has collected over $400,000, $405,913 in donations. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit odd. 2 out of the 5 years, this man is claiming that he collected absolutely no money in donations. So in 2020, this man claims he did not collect 1 penny in donations. And in 2022, this man is claiming he accepted or collected absolutely no money in donations. Now that seems extremely odd for a man who posts videos online like this.
Donations, 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 gifts, 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 more gifts, more gifts.
It's extremely hard to believe that this man was able to go a full year, 365 straight days, without getting 1 penny. Over that 5-year period, he is claiming that every one of those dollars was spent in only one tax year, 2021. So you're telling me in 2020, 2022, 2023, and 2024, you spent absolutely nothing in business expenses. Another thing that seems a bit odd is the fact that over that 5-year period, each and every year, Dr. Umar Johnson is described as the executive director of the organization and claims that he works 60-hour weeks every single week out of the year over a 5-year period, but yet he claims absolutely nothing in compensation. He gets paid nothing for all that hard work. But we were able to dig in to the numbers and see where some of that money went. Well, based on the information, in 2020, that is the year where the real estate of the organization was purchased. Now, I'm giving him saying that he spent $436,996 on the real estate. That may not be the true number, but that's what he claims the property is worth. So I'm going to give him that as a cash deduction. Now, he also claims that he paid off $54,361 worth of debt. So that is also a deduction from the cash balances. And he also claims that he was able to invest $141,278. So we still have a discrepancy of almost $160,000. And for those of you who are unaware, both the state of Pennsylvania and the Internal Revenue Service has already put Dr. Umar Johnson and his academy on notice that he is unable to collect funds as a nonprofit organization because of his lack of transparency and providing the financial information they requested.
Now, the Pocket Watcher asks, where could this money be going? It's quite obvious. It's going to cocaine. All right. Some type of drug, sherm, crack, Tylenol, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this dude is doing the money and prostitutes. I'm pretty sure he's dabbling in a lot of prostitutes. But in all honesty, the shit is very sad for a lot of reasons, and this was one of the reasons I posted this quote on our wall the other day, which I brought up the other night, which was this one right here. And it is, oh, where's my good quote? It's easier to fool people than to convince them they have been fooled, because hella people probably sent money in to that damn PayPal that still use yahoo.com. Do you yahoo.com? Are you listening to what I'm saying? He uses yahoo.com. Look, I know it's some of you people that may still use yahoo.com. I'm assuming y'all are over the age of 87. But you can't be coming to me talking about sending anything to a yahoo.com. Okay, it's just scammery at this point. Not even respectablegmail.com. Wow. But it's very clear he's in the scams and shit. And there's a lot of people that still believing into it because it's like, yo, we don't never, help each other out and we help this and the third. And it be people that take advantage of that because there's truth to it. You know what I'm saying? We have been discouraged from coming together like them incestuous white folks over there in Arkansas that's building that city together because they know their city ain't gonna get firebombed. So unfortunately, we have been programmed to not really come together. So when somebody does come together, and I hate to say this, but we got to be very wary when do come, and it seems they are allowed to gather a lot of money without no type of inspection going on from the government or anything like that, because they only seem to allow scammers. This is the only way he's been able to operate. Go on all these huge platforms. They had this speaking because they knew he was doing nothing with the money. You know what's funny? Let me show y'all something that's real funny. Because I just went to the goddamn website. Let's go to Google. And it really is really sad and shit. Went to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. And y'all was there the last time we went to this website to call the number that went to we're sorry. Click on the goddamn website. Don't even nothing pop up. Nothing. And this does not mean that the website, he didn't pay for the website or nothing. No. This just means that the goddamn website is broken beyond repair. Like, there's been no upkeep. He couldn't even get a Wix goddamn website or anything else. It goes to fdmga.com/lander and nothing resides here. Let me see the last time when this site actually even worked. What is this? fdc.com? What is this called? The Wayback Machine. Let's see if we can find the last time this site was actually up. So 2025, what's crazy is it was around the damn time that we called. Was it February or something? This is not the actual site, but this is the last time it was up. That website. And just so y'all know, nothing disappears off the internet. All right, just in case you didn't know that. But yeah, it's organization snapshotting just the entire internet as a whole, like everything that is crawlable. And so this is what it was before. Okay. Now, as you see, if I try to navigate through the website, nothing is gonna pop up because it's not a live site. That was just the site back in the day or whatever. Let's see. Yeah. And this is from the donations page through Square, which got to be shut down. And as y'all see, let me see if did I chop this up the way I thought I chopped it up. Yeah, this I bring this down to show y'all. Yeah, as y'all see right here, this is from February 15th, 2025 in the upper right hand corner from the Wayback Machine. Okay. So it's just a sad state of affairs that a person that has so much charisma and all this stuff uses it for scammery, just pure life scammery. And it ain't gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. It's gonna be plenty of people supporting them and stuff, no matter how many people just point it out. And that's because, a lot of people just need hope. A lot of people is into the Pan-Africanism. What the hell is Pan-Africanism in the first place? I don't even know what Pan-Africanism is. I hear him talking about this shit. Let's look into it. Let's see what the fuck that is. Pan-African is because I got the only people I done ran into is them dudes that be out and they be wearing them clothes I forgot what they call themselves though. Not the Moors dudes, but the other cats. Let's see. Pan-Africanism. It's a movement that seeks to fully unify people of African descent and promotes solidarity among them, both of the African content and in the diaspora. It's a complex idea with diverse interpretations ranging from political unification to cultural consciousness and the fight against racial injustice and colonialism. That sounds like it's unnecessarily kind of convoluted. There's a lot of people attached to it. Garvey, I know about Garvey. So is this like going back to Africa or what? So basically, this is it sounds like some good stuff that people take and then manipulate it for their own uses, is what it sounds like to me, which is it's so f***ed up. We can't really get nothing going because people will take it and then manipulate it and then bastardize it from whatever positiveness that it could be. And it sucks because then people be like, oh, if I hear, because I done heard a lot of people say if they in that Pan-Africanism shit, I'll stay away from them. Okay, I might be one of them people, but that's because I didn't understand what it was 100% before, because all of the who said that type of shit, niggas were scammers every single time. Every single time they come with some big ass grandiose ideas, talk about some black pigs. We gonna have some black pigs. And that's right there. I'm be honest. If I was a believer, as soon as he brought up that black pig shit, I would have been out there motherfucker on some real shit, y'all. Any goddamn way.